Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're back for another top 100 landing challenge attempt. This time we're once again defecting to the Boeing, albeit in the Boeing 747-800, flying into Innsbruck. As always, the aim of the game is to get within the top 100 of the global leaderboard. The 747-400 within Microsoft Flight Simulator has some very strange handling characteristics, particularly once you've landed the aircraft, so it does tend to make for quite a tricky landing challenge. Anyway guys, I do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you do, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below. Now let's jump into the cockpit of the Dash 8 and begin the approach. So welcome to the cockpit of the 747-800. We're just heading down the valley towards runway 26 at Innsbruck. First thing we'll do, we'll take the gear down in preparation for the landing. Coming in on a bit of a tangent currently for runway 26, and you can see we'll shortly be about to overfly the city of Innsbruck. Speed is currently 180 knots and we just started our descent through 4,000 feet. It is one of the strong crosswind landing challenges, so you will notice that there's a little bit of buffeting around as we descend down onto the final approach. We'll take flaps 30 now in preparation for the arrival. Auto thrust coming off slightly to let the speed come back to 160 knots. We'll keep 160 knots for the entire approach. Again, the 747 handles rather strangely at approach speeds. Keeping our speed up a little bit does tend to help mitigate that. Passing over the marker beacon now. And getting ourselves lined up on final. A slight crosswind from the right here, so we'll correct for that, get ourselves back on the runway centre line. And keeping our descent rate around 700 feet a minute all the way down to the runway now. We're roughly on profile. Leaving the auto thrust in to manage the speed just to help reduce our workload. See, we're just about to pass over the Innsbruck railway station. That's checked, we're stable. And having to fight the controls just a little bit with the gusty conditions here. Again, the 747 feels very strange to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, unfortunately. The thrust coming up and down as the gusting wind conditions increase and decrease. Let's check 500s. Trying to keep ourselves on profile based on the PAPI, so we want 2 reds and 2 whites here. Unlike the default Airbus A320, it doesn't really make much difference whether we're on profile or not in the default 747. Getting ourselves ready for the landing now. I have a little bit of a tendency to flare too late in the 747, I'm not used to such a high seating position. We're roughly over the centre line, flaring the aircraft. Thrust coming back. Main wheels touch down, speed brakes up. Full reverse. Again, the aircraft feeling very strange and floaty as we touch down, managing the angle of bank there. And bringing the aircraft to a stop. So that got us a score of 1.28 million points, which as you can see at the time of recording was just enough to creep us into the top 100. As you can see, there was plenty of room for improvement on the landing. Precision wise, we were about 275 feet long there. In terms of the ground roll, we were definitely a little bit off, 24 feet off the centre line. I do find it very tricky in the default 747 to get a decent ground roll score. The aircraft is incredibly floaty during the ground roll, so you really have to use quite a lot of aileron to keep the wings level and stop yourself veering off the centre line. Landing smoothness was okay, but again, some room for improvement. So as I said, overall just enough to creep into the top 100. Definitely some significant room for improvement there, but I had enough at this point of flying the default 747. It's not a particularly pleasant experience in its current state. Anyway guys, once again I do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, thanks very much and I'll see you all again soon.